All right, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. I apologize that my awesome face is not going to be on camera today. I just got out of the doctor's, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting. And KvltDeFi has been nice enough to be work with my schedule lately. So I'm here with a very special guest today. I am here with KvltDeFi to talk about PulseMafia. How you doing? KvltDeFi, how are you?
I am good, man. I'm good. I'm actually very good. What can I say? Like, considering everything that's
Oh,
happening on
God.
Pulse Chain, considering everything that's happening in the markets, I am good, man. I'm in a weird kind of way. I'm really buzzed. I'm really buzzed with some of the stuff that we have going on. I've been streaming with like quite a few people over the last few weeks. Like, I've missed all this drama, all this up and down, and one of the things that I take away from it, everyone I talk to, yes, okay, our bags are hurting, right? Like mine too. Like, I'm not immune to any of this.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, like, but underneath it all, people they just keep on grinding. People are just grinding, man. They're just grinding and grinding and grinding. People are building some great stuff, all the time. People are absolutely hustling, and I love it. I absolutely love it. That's what we need. We need more of that,
No, I agree. We kind of don't even have a choice at this point. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, it's either build or die at this point. It's a sad truth. So at least people are sticking it out. And on top and on the topic of building, I've had you on once, I think, about PulseMafia. Can you hear me, by the way?
I can. Yeah.
Okay,
fine.
perfect. Okay, perfect. So tell me about, because I've done interviews about PulseMafia before. Tell me about PulseMafia, how it's working. Is it multi-chain now? What are some updates? So tell me about that.
Yeah, so I think since the last time we spoke, we just did the map update, if you remember, the metaverse.
Yes.
That was just out, and people were buying land and people were building on top of that land. They're ranking up different buildings in order to get all this in-game cash yield. We have some people who are, they're earning for this in-game cash. They're earning like millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of this stuff every day. But when you ratio that to Mafia, I mean, some people are earning, $50, $100, $150 a day just from their existing, their existing infrastructure. But recently, about 2 weeks ago, we pretty much launched what we call pre-ranking. So, one of the things that you can do in Mafia, like, we've always spoken about, is you can do heists, you can do smuggling, you can steal cars, rob banks, all this sort of stuff. And as of like 10 days ago ish, you can do that. So people are going crazy. People are going absolutely crazy out there, because every time you're successful in a heist, you're ranking up your character. And by ranking up your character, you're getting in-game cash as a reward, but you're also, building up your in-game XP. And we're starting to see some people that are just flying. They're literally just clicking buttons. And we know on Pulse Chain, transactions are great. We need lots and lots of transactions for a healthy chain. And I have to say, I mean, I don't have the exact numbers because it's quite complicated to work it all out. But I would wager that we are absolutely one of the busiest protocols for transactions on Pulse Chain in general, by probably quite a long shot, actually. And it's going crazy. People are ranking up the characters. People are earning money, right?
That's huge.
It's great. Yeah, we recently changed some of the tokenomics as well, because as you know, people in Mafia ultimately are fighting for this vault, get vault access. And right now there's like 8 billion Pulse in the vault.
Oh, wow. That's a considerable amount.
Yeah, 8 billion. Yeah. Yeah, it's massive. So what we've done, we've changed the tokenomics now. So we think that the vault is kind of, the figure where we want it to be. So we've changed a lot of the tokenomics. So if anything before that was contributing to the vault, now what happens is anything that gets spent, it gets converted into Mafia token, and then we as a protocol are staking away that Mafia token. So it's basically what we're kind of calling, like green candle technology. It's like we're forcing the Mafia token up, and considering that the market is down, like really down, we're starting to see 20%, 30%, green candle days.
That's great.
So I really think that when Pulse Chain starts to turn around, then we're going to see some God candles over on Mafia. It's going to be absolutely fantastic, man.
That's awesome. No, I'm really glad to hear that because, you know, when it comes to Pulse Chain right now, it's obviously very suppressed in value. I would dare say Pulse Chain as a whole is in a depression right now. Crypto as well. I think a lot of people had the expectation, including myself, that this bull market, this crypto bull market, was going to start right after the Trump president, right after basically cryptocurrency was right after Trump won the presidency, and it would last until Q2 2025. And we've been proven wrong that it's been a very extended bear market. It really has been.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already April. So to see that is refreshing. And I know that PulseMafia is a multi-chain platform. So do you see, and I know a lot of things Jacob builds are multi-chain. Do you see a commingling of people in the BNB space and also the Pulse Chain ecosystem as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've had a lot of our players are basically, because the money in the vaults, you know, there's two separate vaults, one on each chain. People that have vault access on the BNB side, or sorry, on the Pulse side, they looked over on BNB and said, well, look, there's a vault over there too, so why don't we go after that vault access as well? So some of the bigger families are on both chains, but we do have like quite specific you know, families on BNB side. For example, we have some content creators out there that have quite big followings. They've started their own families over on BNB.
Awesome.
They don't have families over on Pulse, but they're well aware of everything now that we're doing in the Jacob ecosystem. So, you know, so we are onboarding people over to Pulse Chain because of that. But one of the big things, I think, which is going to be coming, we don't have any firm dates yet, but we're going to be launching on Sonic Chain.
Oh, nice. Hey, I've heard a lot of good things about Sonic, man. I've been a Phantom fan for a while, and
yeah, you have. I know that. Yeah, you're a Phantom boy. Yeah,
I've been a Phantom fan for a while, and I really do think Sonic is a really interesting protocol. And you're seeing a lot of. One thing I've noticed about Sonic is there's a lot of, like, at least in my opinion, a lot of momentum. They have a strong community over there, so that's very interesting as well. And I want to also ask you, by the way, I enabled this so you can share to your channel too. So are you sharing from your channel?
I am.
Able to? Okay, cool.
I am indeed. Thanks very much.
Yeah, no problem. So Pulse Chain as a whole right now needs sustainability. It needs growth. It needs a chain. I mean, it needs different dApps. So alongside Mafia, I know Jacob has created another platform. I don't know if it's out yet. I don't know, because I remember I streamed with Jacob about this a while ago. But that PXUSD algo, I think it's called. I don't remember the exact name of it. It's the stablecoin that he was trying to create. Now, as we know, right now there is a very contentious topic, especially with an exploit happening on Pulse Chain with PDI. I'm just going to say this personally. I don't recommend anybody buy PDI. This is not financial advice, but I don't recommend anybody buy PDI right now, especially with this exploit going on. So I want to ask you, with the stablecoin that Jacob's trying to create, how does that work, and what's the progress on it?
Yeah, so you streamed with Jacob. It's probably a year ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was actually, I think it was around the same time that Mafia was kind of starting. So a lot of the focus obviously went to Mafia. So with PUSD algo, it really is an algorithmic stablecoin, and Jacob and the boys, I mean, they're much more clever than I am when it comes to the tech stuff. And they believe that they have really solved the problems that plague algorithmic stablecoins, right? No one has gotten algorithmic stablecoin right to date. Like a lot of people have tried. Like, I mean, Luna was probably like the most successful. I'll say at one stage it got to like 45 billion in market cap, which was wiped out in just over a week.
Yeah, it was wild.
When it decided to go down. But I mean, if you think about it, we know the reasons why Luna collapsed, right? And Jacob and the boys have said, look, well, we think that we can add in a few more mechanisms and make it a multi-token ecosystem that balance off each other. And they believe that they've sort of fix the problem. And we had a running prototype. When you actually did the stream with Jacob last year, there was a running prototype, and literally that prototype, I mean, that peg was absolutely, I liken it to a flat line in the hospital. Just, dude, I think the deviation was 0. I looked it up again the other day because I've been quoting it wrong. I used to say it was 0.36, but it was actually 0.29% deviation to the upside or downside. 0.29%.
Wow.
Like it's absolutely crazy. And yeah, and it's done basically through a series of stability miners. Stability miners are, the protocol owns stability miners in order to keep the peg, but one of the things that we want the community to do is also help to defend that peg by taking out their own stability miners. And basically what you're doing when you open a stability miner, you're kind of lending the protocol some funds. In the situation that the stability miners that the protocol owns are under stress because something is trying to deviate the peg. Maybe it's some massive whale attacks, maybe, you know, this sort of thing. Someone's trying to manipulate the system. So in the case that the protocol ran stability miners are not sufficient, then they would borrow some of the funds that people set up their own stability miners with just to help to defend the peg. And because you're deciding to take out a stability miner or to set one up, you're going to get rewarded for doing that. And you get rewarded initially, as soon as you set one up, you get rewarded in what we call a flex token, which is basically a rewards token that you get for doing anything within the protocol, anything at all. Once you have your stability miner set up, you're basically setting it, you're pledging to lock up some funds for a certain period of time. I think it's 120 hours, which is like a week. It's like a week, 2 weeks, or a month. You lock it up for. At the end of that time period, you basically unstake, like effectively end your stability miner, and then you get rewarded in extra algo tokens, which is the Luna of our protocol, and you get rewarded in a wrapped version of the stablecoin. Further down the system then, so with these flex tokens that you get, the rewards tokens, you can put those into what we call the earn protocol. And when it's in the earn protocol, you're basically putting your flex tokens into a pool that gets the rewards from all the trading on all the algo and all the PUSD trading pairs. And we know there's huge amounts of traffic and huge amounts of transactions with stable coins, right? So it's a one way that the protocol is basically, again, a secondary reward for you for taking out stability miner. There's other things there as well. So we kind of have a version of Hex, if you like, where you can actually lock up algo tokens, or you can lock up the stable coin. And similar like Hex, you know, bigger pays better, longer pays better bonuses, and you're basically just getting some of this inflationary yield from the stable coin. So in the protocol, really, there's about 4 or 5 different ways you can earn just by committing to taking out a stability miner. Now, when we did the prototype, it was just protocol ran stability miners, and that peg was solid. So technically, and that, I think we did it with like 45 stability miners. So I mean, you can imagine if we have 100, 200 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people, whatever it is, that also taking out the stability miners. Every single new stability miner is helping to defend that peg a little bit more, a little bit stronger. So I mean, over time, the more people, the more that peg is held. I mean, and we, like I say, we've seen that it works on our end. The prototype has already been running. But one of the things which is kind of holding us back a little bit is we know that in order for this protocol to hit the ground running, we have to have super, super thick liquidity pools, right? Because it's a stable coin, and also on the algo side. And so because we know that has to be done, we can't really, I mean, I'm saying from my point of view, we can't really expect Jacob and the team to put up all of that liquidity, right? So I mean, I think the number that they came to, like a soft number, would be around $1 million. That would be set all the initial liquidity pools and set up the protocol owned stability miners to get the ball rolling. So we have. I don't want to say it's a sacrifice, because a sacrifice is really like you're giving money away for no expectations. This isn't really that. This is almost like a contribution to the liquidity pool, if you like. And we have a target, like to say, of $1 million. We're halfway there, right? We're on $454,000 at the moment. We just have to get to that million, and then we can let this baby fly,
That's amazing. No, I'm really glad to hear that this is coming to fruition, because I remember, like I said before, like I streamed with Jacob a long time ago about this, and it's refreshing to see that that the progress is starting to move.
Yeah.
Because I think that concept is interesting, and if done properly, can really bring eyes to Pulse Chain. Because
Oh man,
so
I mean, getting an algorithmic stablecoin right is probably at the moment is probably the biggest innovation in all crypto. Everybody needs it, you know.
yeah, it's definitely up there in regards to how important it could be for someone to actually do it properly.
Yeah,
And for it
exactly.
to,
And if we have it here on Pulse Chain, wow.
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
a big deal.
that's the only marketing you'll ever need.
Yeah, and I guess, like, you know, my last question regarding Jacob and this whole thing is, you know, what is next for Jacob? What is next for PulseMafia? What is next for the projects that he's been up to regarding PulseMafia and the algorithmic stablecoin? Like, what's his next goal?
Yeah, so we have obviously we have a few more phases of the Mafia game before it's like fully boom. There you go. We technically what you still have to say it's like in early access at the moment. So things can be changed. You know, like I say, little changes to tokenomics, that sort of thing. So that's Mafia. So I mean, it's just going to keep on keeping on at the moment. We're starting to see a lot of people come over. I've been in touch with other. Have you heard of DAP Radar? The DAP Radar
Yes,
guys.
I have heard of DAP Radar. Yes, I have.
Yeah, like they have they have like 1.5 million unique monthly visitors to their app, to the website. You know, we started working with them on the BNB Mafia side because at the moment they don't have any Pulse Chain integration. So I'm working with them to set up some marketing, do all that kind of thing. We're already starting to get a lot of eyes on us. Like I say, I'm engaging a lot of content creators that are over on the BNB side also. That sort of started to filter into Pulse Chain too. So I think once Mafia is done and out there, like hopefully POSD Algo, hopefully we reach this target soon, so we can get up and going, because I think that in itself is going to be, well, absolutely phenomenal. I mean, a flagship product totally for Pulse Chain. And also, we have PulsePot also, which is like the decentralized casino, world's first truly decentralized peer-to-peer casino. That's going through some changes also. We're doing a full rebrand with that. There's some big plans coming with that. I can't really go into too much detail here at the minute, just because I haven't got the okay to, but it's basically going to bring all the casino projects under one roof. It's going to be called onchain.bet. And that is going to be pretty much chain agnostic. We'll be able to play it on any chain. People can, from different chains, will be able to play against each other in their own currencies. Again, we think that's going to be a massive marketing tool for Pulse Chain, purely because we're going to be approaching all of these other chains. It's going to be something really big, Corey, I have to say.
Yeah, no, I have to say, like, I really am looking forward to seeing. I really am forward to seeing. I really like the idea of Mafia. It's very interesting, and I really hope what Jacob does with the algorithmic stablecoin and Mafia comes to fruition, and it brings people to Pulse Chain, because I think an algorithmic stablecoin and Mafia would be an interesting concept in regards to. I really do hope that this multi-chain paradigm is able to bring people over. So. Colt, I always do appreciate you coming on the channel, and I'm very grateful. And thank you for giving me this synopsis of what's going on.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Thanks very much. I mean, Jacob really is probably one of the hardest working devs on Pulse Chain, I have to say. Like, it really is. He's taken on these massive projects. Building out the casino projects, building out this metaverse on Pulse Chain. Then this algorithmic stablecoin. I mean, he doesn't fork things. He starts out with a piece of paper and a pen and says, okay, what can I build really the Pulse Chain needs, and something which nobody has done before. It's all world first tech. He really sends it out there, and he gets it out there. And I think one of the most important things that we have to do, and I'm sure you agree, is we need to just keep on building, right? We need to just keep on building. It doesn't matter what the market's like. It doesn't matter. If you believe that Pulse Chain is going to be here for any significant amount of time, and and do what we all sacrifice for originally, and and all of this kind of thing, we just have to keep building, because when the people do come to Pulse Chain, we need Pulse Chain to have all of the really cool stuff for them to do, or else it won't stay for very long.
Right. No, very well said. I think that in order for Pulse Chain to have staying power, it's very important to have dApps that actually have a sense of longevity and experience on this chain, where it's actually so. No, man, I wholeheartedly appreciate the time. Let me know when things are developed with Mafia, and I appreciate the time today, Cole. Thank you.
I will. Hey, Corey, thank you very much, brother. I really do appreciate it. Hey, I mean, I really appreciate the fact that, you know, you left the doctors today and you're probably sitting in the car doing this.
I am sitting in the car. Thank you so much.
I really appreciate that, man.
No problem.
All right, have a good one. Thanks very much, guys. I'll see you all again.